New project in the shop today. This is a FIREbird of a good friend of ours. It's been sitting for, what did we decide a minute ago, Kaden? What, 2 years?
2 years.
2 years, that's right. We're getting it running right now. Kaden's throwing a battery in it. I just checked the coolant and the oil. They're both full. We'll get it started and we might look at it after that. We might go burn some rubber off of it first or after. We'll see. But first things first, let's see if it runs.
Okay, well, let's see what we get. Is it a neutral, I hope?
Not yet, but it will be here in a minute. Let's see if we can get some right foot exercises, priming the carburetor, see if it starts right up. I'm telling you, every time while you were gone, let's block this thing. I don't trust the park brake. But every time, it would fire like right up. I took both jumper boxes, but it would fire up.
See what we get. I might not have any fuel in the lines though.
I know, that's why I keep pumping it, because sometimes there'll be a little bit that gets up to the carburetor. It'll be just enough to start it.
Oh.
Just like that!
Okay, here we go. Sorry?
Let's go full and more out.
Yeah, that's what Matt said.
Well, I'd call that a success.
Yeah, that was pretty good. So
Yeah.
it started. No complaints.
No. Do we first lift it up and inspect it? Or do we wash the windows and go do a smoky burnout in it?
Is the clutch good enough to even do a burnout?
Already needs a clutch. Who cares if we smoke the clutch?
Sure, if you want to do
Alright,
it.
where's the glass cleaner?
We decided it might just be better if we just started with the rinse before we broke the glass cleaner out. Here we are.
Yeah.
And this is after we took it outside and blew all the leaves off.
Give it a little something before we just light the tires up.
Here we go. And then here's the pile of leaves.
Yeah, you can see all the leaves.
Yeah.
This is right where it sat when we blew it off.
So it's bad, but yeah, better now.
So you know, these T-tops don't leak too bad. There's a little bit right there, but I think that's more from the window. Wow.
Yeah, they're pretty
This
good.
is, I mean, the interior's kind of dirty, but
You know, give it to you.
yeah.
Oh, that's still
Hey,
very good, pretty good. So
yeah. So it hasn't been registered in like 3 years, so we figure we'll just cruise it around the yard. Make sure the brakes work good on it. All right.
yeah, that's pretty solid. So the clutch really doesn't shudder at all.
It doesn't shudder. No, that's the crazy thing. I figured these old Pontiacs like to leak. I figured the clutch would be so covered in oil. Wow, that's really not that bad. Not bad at all.
So yeah, if we could put it on the street, we could definitely do some burnouts. But
Well, we got concrete.
that is true.
Probably better put some fresh gas in it though. It might be a little nicer on everything.
Yeah.
Filling the clutch though, Matt did say it would slip between second and third when you'd speed shift it.
Yep.
And you can't have a car like this and not be able to speed shift it.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's exactly what Dad said. And you know what? If I own this,
Yeah.
I think I'd feel the same way. So
Yeah. You don't have an old Trans Am with a Pontiac 400 and you don't want to be able to speed shift it and slam gears, you know? Hard gas, don't let off the gas, grab the next gear. A little too fast for our narrow driveway. Well, let's go put some gas in it and then we'll see how good the tires fry.
they should be old enough that won't have any problems. So
No, he said it did some wicked donuts.
I would take his word for it.
Now which side is the fuel fill on? What's your guess?
It should be on the driver's side.
That's what I would guess. That's how most old GMs are.
We found the fuel fill.
Yeah. Don't make fun of me. I drive trucks, not cars.
The gas gauge does work.
Hey, yeah, because it was reading between E and a quarter about perfectly an eighth of a tank. I was showing a half. It's idling really high, perfect for burnouts. You ready? We'll do a small one. We'll kind of see what it does. We'll feel it out. And if it feels like it's running okay, because I don't want to hurt the motor.
No, definitely.
With all the crappy fuel.
Okay.
You staying in or getting out?
I mean, I'll get one on the outside and see what you get. Okay, hey, that ain't bad. Can you not run the brakes with
I'm not running the brakes.
I know, but like if you had a little bit of brakes going, we'd be.
Okay, I'll try it. I only got 2 feet between pedals.
Well,
I'll try it.
you have some skills.
Yeah. Honestly, to admit, it's the first time ever doing a burnout in some of the manual trans.
Yeah.
That doesn't have a handbrake, I will say. I'll add that. I don't think I have enough skill and coordination to do that.
One more try. We'll call her good after that, but. Nope, okay. Yeah, that's enough.
Alright, I'll do one just dump the clutch, how's that?
Okay. That one was even a little bit better. We got some smoke that time.
Alright,
so.
let's do that one more time.
Well, okay.
I got a good feeling about this one. And by the way, I don't think he threw in. My dad's gone, so don't tell him.
When the cat's away, the mice will play.
It's up in the air. Let's see what we got. You already check everything on the front end, Kaden? That all seemed good?
Yeah, it's just a tiny piece right there.
Oh, wow. Well, you see where it's loose?
Yeah, I don't know what to do about that though.
Well, this clamp needs to be farther out.
Oh, that's all that it is?
Yeah, the clamp's just not tight. Okay, so we'll have to fix that. Squeeze the 2 tires together. How bad's the idler arm and pitman arm?
Squeeze the 2 tires. I don't have enough wingspan for that.
Oh, here, hold the camera. Yeah, that's it. Just that one spot right there where it's wiggling at the threads. It probably needs a pair of shocks. They look like they've leaked all their oil out 10 years ago. A joy to change that oil filter. Do you see where the filter's at right in there?
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I better do that while the motor's cold. Well, at least the exhaust is. Okay, I need some help here. Comment. This looks like a Muncie to me. Is it a Muncie? I'm not very good on old 4-speeds. But the way you got the external shifter right there and the 3 arms on the side. But yeah, so I think it's a Muncie. Comment what you think. Or no. Tell me I'm probably wrong. I might be right. Who knows? Ooh, I spy some air shocks.
Well, actually?
Yeah, see that little airline?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Those are air shocks.
Is that a factory deal?
No, oh no.
What's that?
I'm looking for the Gabriel stamp because back in the day, Gabriel was the go-to brand for air shocks. I know others make them, but they used to be the most common. I'm not seeing anything, so. Hey, that might be the other reason the brake started working. The caliper is the park brake. These things are notorious for problems. They either work great or they don't work at all. There's really no in between. Anyone that has a set of these calipers on something, you pretty much got to use the park brake every time you put it in park, because that's what keeps the brakes adjusted. Well, I guess we better get a list going. All right, got it checked out. We got a list together. You can see it's quite a list. But, you know, none of it's crazy stuff. Really, it's ready to go. Till Dad's back to tell us what we need to do. Hey, Corbin. Well, so Corbin came home from school. Tell us what the first thing you walked into the shop and said was, Corbin.
Did you guys still have burnout?
Okay, we've got the FIREbird in the shop. Got a handful of things that we need to do to it. Fired right up out there.
Yeah.
Good. Well, this ought to be a mess. Probably should at least brush the snow off of the top and the windshield so you're not taking a bath through the whole process. Or a shower, as the case may be. Well, good news is it's not all that grungy under here.
It's kind of surprising.
Yeah, as old as it is. Ooh, and the nice baling wire exhaust hanger. Gotta love that. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure these are the original tailpipes.
Well, they fared incredibly well then.
I'm pretty sure those are original. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Trance is out. We set it on the floor because it doesn't fit on the trance jack very well. And of course we ran into a fairly significant problem here. As you can see, that clutch disc is a 26 spline, the fine spline, and the clutch they sent has a 10 spline clutch disc in it. So I pulled the part back up to look at it, and according to that part number, it should have a 26 spline clutch disc in it. This one is not. That is 10. So, got another one coming. Hopefully it has the right disc in it. If it doesn't, I'm not sure what we're gonna do just yet. We got a handful of other things that need to be done on it anyway. The sway bar bushings are coming out. The end links are trashed. Needs a pinion seal, so we got plenty to do for a little while.
Hopefully the second clutch is right.
See what happens. Kaden got this bell housing all cleaned up. As you can see, it was clear full of goo. That thing was pretty gross. And I got this flywheel all mounted up on the lathe, getting ready to cut it. Now got a little warm. I usually see them smoke like that. You can still see some of the hot spots in it, but you can't feel them, so should be good. You never know how these are going to cut, especially when they're old and hard like this one is. But that one looks really good. As I suspected, the second clutch came wrong. Had the right alignment tool in it, but the wrong disc. So I've got a third clutch ordered for it. We'll get it back in as soon as I get the right clutch. I think we have everything else we need. Till then, the FIREbird goes back out to its hole. Finally got the right clutch for this FIREbird, so we're dragging it back in the shop. Alright, while they get that up in the air, I'm gonna fix this flywheel. Ring gear's pretty well trashed on it. Oh yeah, now you can see how bad it is. I'm gonna take the torch, heat that ring gear up, pop it off, turn it around, drop it back on, and we'll have a good as new ring gear again. Oh, it just needs more gas.
Hey, you gotta get something on that quick and get it flipped.
You just heat it up until it falls off and flip it over.
Yep. Okay, just like that. All right, Kean's got this back up in the air, getting ready to put it back together, but thought we'd show you this little interesting find here. So, looks like whoever did this clutch last got this wire pinched in the bell housing. This was just laying right in here. So now you can see right up there where they taped that together. And then on this end, there's a corresponding wad of tape there. They added about 1.5 feet more wire than it really needed. So we'll need to do something with that. Looks like we should be able to unplug this from the distributor, clean it up, and then we can plug it back in. Get it tucked up where it doesn't happen again, and then we'll get the flywheel and the clutch in. Flywheel and clutch are in. Got that wire patched up and stuck back up in the distributor. Hopefully it won't get caught in the bell housing.
It won't. I'll check.
All right, good plan.
It's in gear. Oh, cool, it's in gear. Make it easier to...
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier to line that up.
Oh, yeah.
You're not videoing? Our professional videographer here, the only good one we got in the whole shop, isn't in the mood to run the camera, huh? When you got skills, you just gotta embrace it. Looks like you're moving right along.
Yeah, it's just that last little bit.
Grab a pry bar and see if you can actuate that clutch.
Oh.
And then that'll let everything relax and help that pilot bearing go in, so.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that slid it in halfway.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, they get just a tiny bit out of adjustment, or out of alignment. There you go. Looks like you about got her now.
Yeah,
look at that, you even got the dust shield in there.
Yeah.
Didn't even get forgotten.
Well, it did, but then I just unbolted the starter real quick. Battery's unhooked, so it made it easy.
Perfect.
But that dust shield's so easy. But I remembered before the bell housing, because then it would have been harder, because it was kind of mangled.
Oh, right.
Whoever did the clutch last in this kind of made a mess.
Yeah. Yep. Probably done out in the parking lot. All right, Keen got this all buttoned up. Everything's all bolted in, got the shifters, levers all hooked up, speedo cable. We had to put a pinion seal on it. Got that on there.
It was all pouring.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Drop it down, see how the clutch pedal feels. Guess it'll be good for a test drive at that point. So,
Donuts!
Yep, more donuts. All right, Kaden got the oil change done. So time to go out, and I'll give it a drive a little later. So. We went to drive this, and it's cold today. So we need a heater, and it's fogging up the windows, so it just wouldn't be safe to drive. So we need to figure out what we need to do to get this blower motor to work. I'm hoping the motor itself's still good, because it's right behind here. And they're not fun to do. Have to pull the inner fender out. Sometimes you actually have to pull the outer fender loose to get access to that blower motor. So I already got this blower relay unhooked right there. That's the connector for it. And it looks surprisingly good. Usually they're pretty dirty and sometimes green and nasty, but this one looks really good. And thankfully, GM used the same blower motor wiring with small variations for probably 40 years. So I pretty much know how this is wired, because I've done a lot of these over the years. But this red wire powers the relay, so there's power there. The blue wire comes from the blower motor resistor, and then this wire powers the contacts in the relay, and then that wire right there is the wire that goes to the blower motor. So I've got power here, so that pretty much means either the blower motor's bad or this relay's bad. It's real easy to tell which one's which. I just take a jumper wire, and I could go from this power here, and I'm crossing my fingers that the blower motor's good because I don't want to pull the fender off. So let's see what we get. Oh hey, it's my lucky day. Okay, so the blower motor's good, so it probably just needs a relay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to wire it to there. So that'll give us 3 of our 4 speeds. It just won't have high speed. So that's good enough for a test drive.
Okay.
All right, we got defroster. But you know what? The best part about letting it sit and warm up? Oh, it's kind of a sad unit.
No, I didn't even
probably
spin the tires at all.
Yeah, guess we'll edit that out. Yeah, that's kind of a... Should start to run a little better.
Yeah, here it goes. That's enough to like tilt your head back.
Clutch works good though, and steering's good. All right, got the FIREbird all done. It's ready to go back to its owner. That takes care of it for this week. Remember to believe in possibilities. You never know what adventures may be awaiting you. Thanks for watching.